I'm living life like this life be the best, cause in the end you find out that you really don't exist, it figures. I'm living my life, so
What's
don't
up
try
with
to
it, y'all?
justify.
I'm about to tap in with y'all and hit y'all with some of this true news. You feel me? Because I'll be seeing some stuff and it just be having me going, wow. So somebody said, man, you need to do this. Do little news clips sometimes. So I said, okay. So certain things that I just be seeing, I'm going to just bring to y'all attention. So this is something you probably need to go read into because we all love mushrooms. We like crushing them up, putting them in tea. We like eating them straight. We like dropping them in chocolates, you know, just because the chocolate enhances the trip. It's so many things we like doing with it, you feel me, when it comes to just taking the mushrooms, putting them in capsules, you feel me, swallowing those so you don't get that taste, because a lot of people don't like the taste. I like to eat them straight because the taste don't bother me when you smoking a blunt. You ready to eat anything. It's like you got the munchie. I be munching on them things like chips. But look, this guy right here, though, he injected himself with magic mushrooms and the fungi grew in his blood, which put him into organ failure, bro. Wait, hold on. Like, what was you thinking? Like, you just thought one day, you know, I'm going to just inject myself with some mushrooms and see what happens. Let's just find that because I got a lot of questions, but I can't go into it. So I'm going to just read you the story and then we'll go from there. Say a man experienced organ failure after turning psychedelic mushrooms into tea, which he then injected into his veins. According to the case report out, the 30-year-old man's family brought him to the Nebraska emergency room after they noticed he seemed confused. I bet he do, because you know how you get when you off the mushrooms and just injecting them. That's like straight to the blood. Like, that's crazy. I wouldn't have never thought of doing so. I would never do nothing like that. It said the man had bipolar disorder type 1. The doctors who wrote the case study learned that he hadn't been taking his medication, so he had been going through manic and depressive episodes. During the recent episodes related to his bipolar disorder, he researched how he could decrease his opioid use at home, his family said. And we always said this. We said, what if these type of people got off of mushrooms? Like, will it help them? And you hear a lot of people on the channel that are like manic depressants and you know, they have these crazy episodes and stuff, and they say they microdose mushrooms or they take mushrooms and it make it, you know, make things a little bit better. But I guess he took this to another level, man. I wouldn't have never thought of doing this. So he had a problem already, but he was trying to clear the problem. And we know that sometimes it helped, but then sometimes it don't also, in the same note. It say that's when he read about the potential of psilocybin, the drug found in psychedelic mushrooms, aka magic mushrooms, for treating symptoms of depression and anxiety. You feel me? So they've been already using these in the hospitals, treating these certain, well, not all hospitals, because we'd come in there and say, hey man, I'm depressed, I got a lot of anxiety. You feel me? We gonna come in there and choose me getting free mushrooms and stuff like that. If they ever did that. But I'm saying, indeed, a mounting body of research suggests psilocybin could be treatment for people with differing magnitudes of durations of depression who had success in traditional antidepressants. It say previously researchers at Johns Hopkins and New York University conducted multiple small studies of cancer patients who experience anxiety and depression. As a result of their diagnosis, after being given psilocybin, the majority of the patients reported improvements in these symptoms immediately after treatment over time. The drug is not to be injected, however, which this man learned from a 3-week stint in the hospital. Now look, bruh, they've been using the mushrooms in order to treat these different types of patients. That's what's crazy. So I guess from him doing his research, maybe he was thinking, okay, if I inject it into me, it'll last longer. Is that, or, you know, it won't go away? Because I be thinking that at times, like when I take mushrooms, now that I took mushrooms so much over time, before I go to sleep, I get these visuals. Every time I get tired, I start getting visuals. And sometimes I see the octopuses that I see off mushrooms, you know, which is weird. And I'll be like always going, well, the mushroom's still inside me. Because like even if I take a drink, I still have like a minute mushroom attack, I call it, you feel me, to where it feel like the mushrooms are still activating inside me. And like certain things that I might do, if I smoke weed or if I drink alcohol, you feel me, it'll make the mushrooms kind of kick in. And it's like weird, you know, it's just a weird thing. But I wouldn't have never thought of this. It say doctors found mushrooms growing in the man's bloodstream. So I guess that's what happens if you inject mushrooms. They grow inside you, which I don't get that. It say when people want to trip on psychedelic mushrooms, they consume them as is or in the form of powder, put into a capsule, or tea that is swallowed. I just said that. But the man in this case study boiled mushrooms in water, filtered the liquid through cotton swab, and then injected the substance into his bloodstream. He injected mushroom tea, basically. Whoa. A couple of days later, he started to become very tired, vomited blood, and developed jaundice, diarrhea, and nausea. His family found him soon after and took him to the hospital. We was just talking about them damn cookies from the dollar store that give you diarrhea. We said that before this even happened. No, I'm just saying, but we was talking about cookies that give you diarrhea. But that's crazy because you wouldn't like I would have thought the same thing. I would have thought it probably would have gave you like a blood disease. You know, it'll mess your blood system off, your bloodstream off, because it's not supposed to be in there. Say when the doctors met the man, he couldn't give a coherent interview answers, and after tests they found that he had liver injury, his kidneys were functioning properly, and he had started to go into organ failure. So basically it started to kill him, bro. It started to kill him. I mean, I'm still going, who would want to inject mushrooms into him? But, I mean, you would at least start doing your research and go and try to see if anybody has done this. That's what I do. Has anybody done this before? And if they did, what happened? Because I don't know. I don't think I can just, go and just go off of my word, because my word ain't shit. A blood sample revealed something even more shocking. The mushrooms, which thrive in dark places, had begun to grow in the man's bloodstream. Whoa, man. Oh, my God. So basically, the mushrooms started to grow inside of him? I don't get that. He needed to be put on a ventilator to breathe and had his blood filtered for toxins, and the case report says. So, okay. I don't get it, bro. So you're telling me he made mushroom tea, injected himself with the mushroom tea, and the mushrooms began to grow inside of him. Y'all telling me it ain't something wrong with that? So that means if you go get the right stuff and you make some mushroom tea and you just throw it in the dirt in the darkness, you'll grow mushrooms? I don't think so. But I'm just saying, maybe somebody can use that and take that and go, oh, wait, dang, he grew mushrooms inside himself with mushroom tea? I don't know. Maybe you can take that and flip it some type of way and make something like that happen in the dirt, not in yourself, because that ain't the way to go. But I'm just saying, this was a trippy story, so I had to just like kind of come through and share it, because I didn't even start reading it. You feel me? Once I seen it, I said, let me go just do a video on this, because this is trippy. Somebody injected themselves with mushrooms. We talk about mushrooms all the time. We take them, but I mean, I'm gonna think for him for a second, okay? Let me see. Mushrooms, they help with this, they help with that, they help with all the things that I got. But hey, I see people that are taking them. They're taking them and they're lasting 8 hours. Okay, I tried it once. I need them to last longer. So, I ain't never seen nobody say they injected themselves with them. So what if I inject myself, because I'm used to needles anyway, because I think needles be around, and when I go to the doctor they always blood tested me. So let me go on and take a needle and make some mushroom tea. put it in the needle and put it in my bloodstream, and maybe it'll last forever. I don't know. Because we heard about the one dude that did the LSD like that. I forgot what happened or what it was about, but it's something that I wouldn't do. That's all I'm saying. So be careful with what you do with the mushrooms, because the mushrooms will grow inside you. And if they grow inside you, they can kill you. Okay? Don't inject yourself with mushrooms. Take them the right way. But this a trippy story, man. This is a trippy story. I just had to come share. You feel me? I ain't making this shit up. But peace out.
And you find out that you really don't exist, it figures. I'm living my life, so don't try to test. If I say something wrong, I mean no disrespect. I see you crash dummies, I'm like he about the wreck. So I stay in my lane, cause my mind is my best. I'm living my life, so don't try to test. If I say something wrong, I mean no disrespect. I see you crash dummies, I'm like he about the wreck. So I stay in my lane, cause my mind is my best.
My mind is my vest.